The following Let's Play has been rated not safe for young children. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found, mwahaha! Hello everyone, welcome back to this game. In our last episode, we had a new party member! Yay! And stuff. His name is Rip the Punk, and he is a gunslinger. And actually a pretty useful gunslinger, considering, well, his attacks are actually comparable to Talus's, and in fact he would be more powerful than Talus if not for Talus's, Rengeke thing, which doubled Talus's attack power. Gosh, that is a powerful spell. Okay. Wow, is this the Sun Temple? I would assume so. Let's be on our guard. General Burros and his soldiers may be inside the ruins still. Maybe? I think it's pretty likely that they are in there, because, you know, we didn't encounter General Burros coming this way, so... Alright. So, the thing with Rip is, well, I didn't expect that to work. Warrior's Heart. What does that do? Well, what is it, first off? Increases attack power. Permanent. Okay, well, let's see. Who needs it more? No, seriously, who needs it more? Well, I don't think Talus really needs it, because he's got Rengeke. You know... Rip really is more powerful. Of course, it helps that he has two of the guns equipped. Should we give it to Iris? I think it'd be a waste since I'm not going to change out the love staff, so... I don't know. On the other hand, we might get a fourth party member. I'll just leave that. Is there anything over here? No? Well, now I'm curious if there's anything in this. Or... say this, or... Aha! Mage's Mind. Does that do what I think it does? Increases spirit. Shoot, I don't know. I guess we'll give it to Iris. You know, I should check completely nonsensical objects more often. Like that pile of wood over there, I should have totally checked that. Of course, maybe I did check that, for all I know. Anyway, let's go ahead and go into this temple, which is only about 2 feet wide. Oh, this is a great start. Stormtroopers. Okay, we fought these guys before. Speaking of stormtroopers... Oh yeah, I forgot we got Nightmare. You know what? Why not? In that case, we'll also do Frost Shower and... we'll double tap like normal. One thing that well, it was somebody else that pointed this out. Well, let's look what this does first. 44, 38. I guess it's still the same chance as Iris's staff for inflicting confusion. Either way, it's a nice attack, but I think we're better off with Rengeke in most cases. Anyway, anybody remember how when Rip the Punk joined us and we had to have him join us and then we fought the Stormtroopers? Lemonarable from the RPG Maker Pavilion brought up a... We'll get to that later. Lemonarable brought up a really good point at the RPG Maker Pavilion. And this might be misquoted slightly, but... Hold on, let me get rid of these guys. He says, Does anyone else find it amusing that Rip's required to progress in the story simply because the heroes can't figure out how to attack the guard without him? That is a very good point. Why didn't we just attack the guard first? Maybe we were just overly cautious at first, and it's like, no, we shouldn't attack the guard, and then we find Rip, and Rip is like, hey, let's attack this guard, and we're like, okay, I guess we'll do that then. Well, there's going to be a lot of these guys. That's one thing I noticed about this game. This game has a whole lot of enemies in it. The last episode, let's use that as an example. That one is the longest one so far in this LP at 47 minutes. The actual recording time was more like an hour and 21 minutes. Can you imagine that what it would be like if I didn't out battles from time to time? Well, you won't have to imagine, because that's what I'm going to do here. Bring the sun to the temple and the light will guide you. That sounds like a useful hint. Treasure chest! 150 gil. Yeah, that's nice. We're not using our guild much anymore, are we? Anyway, for this episode, it's going to be a bit experimental. I am not going to be... Yay! What does that do? Sun jewel, where is it? Here it is. Small spear in the shape of a sun. Do we bring it to this thing? Do we use it out here? What's it for? Will we find out? I guess we won't. So yeah, this is going to be slightly experimental. I'm not going to be editing anything out. Which sounds like a... What is that? Dust mummy. Alright. Sounds like a bad idea, I'm sure, but... You know, I'm kind of curious about... Well, let's go ahead and use this real quick. Piercing bullets with a thunder element. Let's use it against a dust mummy. But, yeah, the thing about editing stuff out... Oh, that guy passed blind? Well, that kinda sucks. The thing about, editing battles out, or not editing battles out... Well, let's look at the last episode again. If I didn't edit battles out, we wouldn't be, finished with this dungeon yet. Or the last dungeon. We'd still be going through the mines. And this guy's about to die. So I hope that this guy's going to die first. That's going to help. Wow, how much HP does that guy have? I don't know, I don't keep track of that anymore. Also, I am slightly unprepared here, and also really distracted by various noises. I probably should turn the volume down of this game a bit. But also, it's starting to rain outside, and living where I am, the rain hitting the roof is kinda loud. So therefore, all this distraction, and I pretty much forgot what I was saying here. This is where editing would come in handy a lot. I could just stop for a moment and, you know... Oh, he's out of MP. Alright, let's head back to the inn instead. Yes, you get to see me not only fight all the battles in this dungeon, but you get to see all of my trips back to the inn, because I refuse to use any of my healing items. So, anyway, reason I want to do this is just to see what it's like, where if it's gonna, how much easier it is if I don't edit battles. If I just take an episode, take a recording, and now we got two of these guys. Don't want them. you know what, they have a lot of HP, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit them hard. You know, I'm curious what Thundershot does compared to not Thundershot. So let's do that comparison real quick. That it causes 113 damage. And the double tap will probably cause more damage, assuming it doesn't miss. Let's find out. Well, there goes our miss, so we don't have to worry about the other attack missing. Okay, yeah, that's actually caused the same amount of damage with just one attack, just about. Anyway, like I said, last episode we'd still be in the mines for this episode for another half hour, just about, if I didn't edit that out. So, you know, I'm curious what it's going to be like if I didn't edit out for real. Poison Dart. That sounds potentially useful. Actually, I think we had one of those before. Yeah, damages an enemy and deals poison. We're going to use that on the next boss. So, this is probably going to suck here with the no editing out of the commentary. Because, yeah. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's better off if I do edit out, because this is really hard. Like I said in our last episode, I use the editing out as a crutch. That way I can just go ahead and, you know, not really have to worry about it. If I can't think of anything to say, I just stop talking, finish a battle or two, and then when I'm ready, I stop for a moment and think of what I was going to say, and then go ahead and say stuff. This episode, I'm not going to have this sort of crutch. Another thing about the last episode is, even with all the editing, it was the longest one so far, 47 minutes. I might actually be getting kind of better at this commentary thing. I might be, you know, I was sort of out of practice getting into this LP, but, you know, I might be getting a bit better here. This is the Genie Head again, right? Yeah, the Genie and the Dust Mummy. That's going to be a regular combo here, I can only assume. The Genie is no real issue, so I'm just not going to focus on it at all. Dust Mummy, lots of HP. That reminds me, the last episode, like I said, you might have noticed that I did not include the enemy HPs, how much HP they all had. And that's gonna continue to be the case here. Oh yeah, the last episode I was trying to go into... Well, that was nice. The last episode I was trying to go into how much effort it takes to go through these episodes and edit them like I have been doing. Let me start over. I won't dawdle on the editing out part again. So, basically how it starts is... Well, first off, how it starts is taking the episode that's some odd gigs long, the main recording, and then resaving it to do something smaller that my computer can better handle during editing. The last episode was... You know, actually it wasn't... actually I don't know how much it was. But, anyway... So I do that, and that takes up some amount of time. I could do something else while it's saving, though. But, you know, it's something that delays me nonetheless. So after that's done saving, I open the file for the last episode. I remove the stuff in the episode itself between the opening credits and the ending credits. Place the gem jewel into the crevice? No, I will not. Instead, I will fight this enemy coming after me here. So after the last episode is gutted out, I then put in the current the episode I just recorded. That way, I don't have to worry about like redoing the opening in any way or redoing the credits, which, you know, is one thing that helps speed things up. Then typically what I would do is watch through the whole episode, doing my editing like that. I just watch through it, and if I come to an enemy, I take the time to stop and check how much HP the enemy has, do the math, count how much damage it is, guess how much HP it has based on, you know, I round it somewhere where it kind of makes sense. The Dust Mummy has high evasion, it seems. Of course, that doesn't help much. Alright, anyway. But yeah, I go through... And then after I check how much HP the enemy has, then I go back a bit in the recording to the start of the battle, adding in the HP amount in a text box, which doesn't take too long, except I have to take the time to go back and edit it into a text box. After which... Oh, we've already explored this portion of the dungeon, have we? Nope, we got one guy down here. Oh, it's another mobile unit. Let's see. And then as the video goes on, there might be something where I'm talking and I forget to finish something I'm saying, or I forget to bring up something else, or I say something wrong, or maybe something I'm saying is really confusing, so I take a moment, add another text box saying what I mean to say or what I'm forgetting to say. Which, you know, takes up a bit of extra time. That's another, well, at least a minute of time, not terribly long. Alright, let's go ahead and open this here. I was going to say, is it going to do anything? Let's see, because we haven't saved in a while, and it would really suck if I game over at this point. Can you hear the rain? It's raining kind of hard. Maybe you can hear it, maybe not. I don't know. Let's fight this guy around the corner. Oh, stormtroopers. I like fighting these guys because they're easy now. In fact, I'm not even going to use double tap. So... And then as I go along the episode, I'll come across the parts where I'm not saying anything. These are the parts where I edit things out. Well, so much for this battle being quick and easy. Wait, did that end already? What? Okay, once again, I was not paying much attention to what was going on. I don't even know if I confused anybody. Well, if I didn't before, I will now. Yep, there we go. And as the episode goes along, I edit out the silent parts. Basically what that would mean is, I reach the silent part, I skip ahead a little until I reach the end of the silent part. Because the way I was doing it before, the little wavy line, like I said, was getting out of sync. However, I figured out with the editing of the last episode how to avoid that situation. And this would be a part where I would edit out, actually, because, you know, there was a moment there where it's like, wait, what was I saying? So I just skip this battle, and then after it's over, I resume talking. This is probably going to be the only episode where I actually try this, because this kind of sucks. On the plus side, it gives me a much better idea of how long this episode actually is. Because, like I said, that last episode was actually a bit longer than I might have. You know what? This is gonna not end very well if I don't do something really powerful stuff here. So let's go ahead and do some really powerful stuff here. Well, those guys hit hard, don't they? That's a whole lot more damage than my healing spell for Iris cast. Iris only heals like 40, 50, something like that. When is she going to get a more powerful healing spell? But anyway, with the last episode I figured out how to make the wavy line not decrease. I just or not get out of sync, I would just, well, let's go ahead and head back to the inn because I'm out of MP. Hold on, what sort of MP restoring items? You know what? Those are weak. Let's go ahead and use a few of those. They're like cannon fodder items, and we used them in a hurry there. Then we'll heal and continue on. But basically what I just need to do is slide it over until the audio's in sync, and then scan it from the end of the video rather than the beginning. That way it doesn't go out of sync. So that way I could quickly scan the episode and easily find the places where I need to just edit things out. Which, you know, after this episode I'll probably be doing again. Like I said, this kind of sucks. Confused. So after going through the episode, doing all this editing, then I gotta save it, which doesn't take terribly long, 10-20 minutes, somewhere in between there. Then I gotta upload it. Uploading it is one thing that takes a while because I upload it to 2 different sites. I upload to my Vidler account and I upload to YouTube. I would choose just one site, but you know, Vidler has that nice little feature where you can comment at any point in the video. Any user can, anybody who's signed in can just click a little button and add a comment at that point. It's sort of like the... That sounds useful. Is that what I think it is? Moderately heals an ally. Well, I could have used that a long time ago. So let's see how much exactly that... Well, we'll see how much that heals as soon as we need to heal. Gosh, I hate these guys. These guys suck. When am I going to get more powerful so I don't have to worry about them so much? Confused? No, that sucked. Anyway, the feature at Vidler, for those of you who don't watch these at Vidler, is like the annotations. Okay, let's go ahead and try out the healing thing. Actually, let's not, because I want to really try and confuse this guy here. And that was fail. I should have tried healing. Is it what? What? When did he get confused? I'm gonna go ahead and... Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and use this now. Wait, did we run Genkai it up? I don't think we did, so let's run Genkai it up. And then use Soothing Aura on Rip. Oh, that's good, he's confusion. Anyway, commentating at Vidler is like annotations at YouTube, except... First off, you actually get notified when somebody adds a comment like that, unlike at YouTube where somebody could add an annotation and you would not know it unless you actually looked for the annotation. How much did that heal? I wasn't paying attention. Seems to be happening a lot with this LP. I don't really know what's going on here. I'm just too busy talking to really pay attention to what's going on in the little text box down there. Will you be confused already? Not you! Boy, this battle has taken so long that it actually... The music track reset. Alright. You know what? Let's go against you, and then we're going to use Frost Shower, because this is taking way too long. Anyway, upload it to Vidler because that's a nice feature, and people really take advantage of it because, you know, you're more encouraged to actually leave comments whenever you can... You're not worried about a text limit like at YouTube, where you have to not only point out where it hit... where, the spot you're commenting on is, but you only have so much text that you can put in, so you have to sort of leave it with a low comment, or I forget again what I was saying, but you know what I mean. Next comes you. You better be easy. No, of course you're not, because you have another freaking dust mummy. Dust mummy, be confused. Please. Anyway. And then I uploaded to YouTube because YouTube is a whole lot more popular. Now, uploading time varies depending on the size of the episode. Basically, in general, it takes like... Well, a 200 megabyte episode would probably take an hour and a half to upload to each site. I don't have the greatest internet connection, so it kind of takes a while. Hey, thank you, Genie. That saves me a whole lot of trouble. Now I'm going to kill you. Aren't you so glad that you helped me? So after it's uploaded, then I gotta post it to 3 different places. I gotta post it on the front page of the RPG Maker Pavilion, at least in the case of RPG Maker games, because Vulcasis is nice enough to let me post it on the front page of the RPG Maker Pavilion. And ultimately, most of my views come from that. My Mario's Amazing Adventure LP, the last episode there. Oh, I hate using Ice Paint. It's just... it takes so much MP. Whatever. Let's go ahead and do that. So, the Mario's Amazing Adventure LP, the last episode I had uploaded, it was... it really didn't get a whole lot of views. Meanwhile, the episodes of this LP are taking like 3 or 4 times, giving me 3 or 4 times more views. And I think that's largely because of the posting on the front page of the RPG Maker Pavilion. Well, after posting on the front page, then I posted another topic at the Pavilion where okay, how much does this heal? 109? That sucks! If you're gonna give me a healing spell, you need to give me a healing spell that heals more than the damage you're taking. Because all this is doing is it's a free hit, and Talos is confused, isn't he? Oh, this is gonna totally suck. You know what? Let's hurry up and get rid of these guys now. I don't care how much HP this is going to take, or MP this is going to take. We need to get rid of this guy before confusing is the end of us. And it's a good thing he's missing himself. This should do it. I think it should do it. It probably won't do it, actually. Well, at least he's confused, so maybe... Well, thank you for missing yourself. Talos is cured blindness. That's good to know. See, he's back to, however... That's how much I healed. He took 1 hit and he's back to where he was. So, Soothing Aura... useless. So I'm not going to use it anymore. So anyway, after uploading the front page, I uploaded another topic at the RPG Maker Pavilion, the catch-all topic for all my LPs, where, you know, all the comments could go, and, you know, it's kinda handy. Kinda. Alright, we'll go ahead and do one more battle, and then we'll head back to the end. I really should save. Another treasure chest is over there, but what's this? Altar of the Sun. That's good to know. Is this going to be another secret boss like Gina was? Although Gina was hardly a boss. Okay, I'll fight you. The other guy will get stuck behind you, and then I'll head to the end. Oh! Never mind, I'll do this. Just not worry about using my MP, because these guys, like I said, are generally easy. Except whenever they use that stun club, which is slightly annoying. They don't normally use that, though. So after I post in 2 topics at the Pavilion, I then go to RPG Maker Magazine and post in a topic there. And then that's all the topics that I post in, pretty much. I don't know, I was also thinking of making like a website for my LPs, which would be like convenient because then I'd be able to much more easily organize my LPs. But that would take even more time to post to place to. Level 10, good. Maybe we'll do a bit more damage to the mummies then. After that, though, then I take the time to watch my own episode on Vidler or YouTube or whichever one I feel like, which, you know, takes a lot of extra time. So not only did I forget what I was doing, so let me start that over. Rengenke, Dust Mummy, double tap the Dust Mummy. Why is it called double tap? That's like the weakest sounding name that you could give for a gun sort of special attack. Which makes me wonder, what would happen if we unequipped Rip's weapon, and would it still look like he was using a gun? I'm not going to try it. I forget what I was doing. I forget what happened so far. I'm just going to go ahead and continue attacking like normal. But yeah, that essentially means that after taking the time to record the episode and edit it, and well, basically it means I've watched my own episode twice. One at a time that it was longer because it hadn't been quite fully edited yet. Plus during that time where I'm editing, it's I really don't know if I'm confusing this guy. I can't pay. I'm a terrible multitasker. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's dead. But yeah, because I essentially watched my episodes twice, that's part of why it's time-consuming, and part of why I'm wanting to make editing easier and do less editing. It means I just stick the episode in, search out the silent portions and edit them out, save, done. I don't have to watch the episode, I can watch it, I'm gonna watch it again later. Wishing staff? That sounds potentially useful. I know who it's for. That doesn't sound useful at all. Extra point of damage and it does not confuse. Alright, let's head back to the inn. This would be another sort of thing that I would edit out. Don't worry, I'll edit out in the next episode because this is just sucky. Also, it also especially sucks because I forgot to bring in a glass of water because my throat is dry and, you know, there's going to be a silent portion. You know what? What I'll do is, while I'm resting at the inn, I'm going to run into the other room, grab my glass of water, refill it because it's got hot water in it because I rinsed it out just a moment ago, and I'll be right back. Listen to the inn music. I am returning! Alright, I'm returning. I'm sitting down on my chair. I am picking up the controller and we're getting out of here. I take a drink, but I already wasted enough time, you know, going to get the drink. So that's why I'm not doing the little text thing anymore, because I really don't want to take the time to go through the episode twice. Not like that anyway. And for this episode, it's going to be even easier. I just put it in sync, trim off the edges, done. But this is going to be the only time I do this, because this just sucks. Oh, that's an exit. Let's find out what's over here. We got another one of those guys. These guys are easy, so I was going to do something the next time I fought these guys, and I completely forgot what it was going to be. So I'm not gonna worry about it. Maybe we'll take a drink, because this is Thirsty Work Let's Playing, and I've gone like over a half hour without talking. And then there's that stun club. Curse you, stun club! Another thing I'm not gonna like a whole lot about... Was this guy confused? This sucks. I'm not doing this again. Another thing that's gonna pretty much suck about not editing out, like I said, it takes longer to go through a dungeon then. It's gonna slow me down in these LPs. And you know, I'd like to actually be able to finish this dungeon in an episode. Also, it would mean that an episode is going to have to go like almost a full hour in length in order to actually make any progress in any decent amount of time. And these guys suck. So let's not worry about MP just yet. We're gonna... Hey, I forgot about this. Oh, let's see. Should we, or should we just use Geist Bane? I'm just going to use Geist Bane because that costs less MP. A little less MP. Confused, confused, please confuse. Yay! That's so helpful. Never going to unequip that. Not unless we get another more powerful staff that causes confusion. Actually, it'd be even better if we found a staff that causes confusion and some other status effect. Speaking of, Rip the Punk actually told me that the Love Staff was actually supposed to have two different effects. It was supposed to both put them to sleep and confuse them. I don't think it would help all that much if they're asleep, because they wouldn't be able to hurt themselves, but you know, that'd still be pretty helpful. Because they're not attacking me, at least. And you know, if confusion didn't work, sleep would, and vice versa. Anyway, another thing, well, this is basically goes with the same point where I wouldn't be able to finish this dungeon by this method of never editing out battles. Let's go after you next. Is I basically had to quit in the middle of the dungeon, and I don't really like doing that. I prefer, you know, being able to get through a whole dungeon and having it be a good point to quit, where, you know, there's some sort of closure to the episode. Doing it like this all the time, it would just make it too much like... Well, I'm immediately reminded of Dragon Ball Z, where you wind up having a situation where the story just does not end. It's like, okay, we're just going to have to find out what happens next time. Oh, okay, we're going to have to find out what happens next time. Okay, we're going to have to find out what happens next time. Which, you know, that's annoying. Alright, you know what? Iris is probably about to die. It's not worth using a healing spell. Let's just use that. Okay, we didn't really need to use that. Waste of MP is a good thing. Iris has a ton of it, unlike, you know, Talus and Rip. I mean, I know they're not really mages, but still, their spells would be a lot more useful if I had the MP to cast them. Save. Also heal. And then save again. Although I probably don't need to save after healing, but whatever. It also brings up the situation where, like, you know how a lot of the times with these LPs I've had the occasional episode that the recording went so long or something that I wound up, you know, splitting in half and ending it in on cliffhangers. I like cliffhangers. I just don't like them too much. Dragon Ball Z, overdone. Yu-Gi-Oh!, don't get me started. But, you know, I like to have the occasional cliffhanger, and it's like, episodes like that tend to be a bit more exciting. If I didn't edit out battles and had to stop in the middle of the dungeon, it'd be kind of cliffhangerish because we're not really done, but it's not like a real cliffhanger. It's like, okay, we're out of time, so let's just continue this next time. I like these genie battles. There's only one dust mummy. Dust mummies are the worst enemies here, but you know what? I haven't died yet. I just noticed that. This game has gotten a lot easier for me at this point. I'm sure part of it has to do with the love staff and me being able to confuse enemies, which I don't know if I did just then. But, you know, it's easier now. Okay, it doesn't matter if I confuse them. I'm gonna take another drink. Boy, my throat hurts. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about doing the not editing thing. Although I will admit, I'm surprised I managed to go this long without having to edit out any battles. I guess I have a lot more to... Well, this was all one little discussion. This was a 40-minute rant on why I should not... or why it takes so long to edit certain episodes and why I'm gonna try to... I forget what I've done so far. So let's start that over. That was a long rant. 40 minutes? Yep, that's long. On the plus side, I know that there's 20 minutes left in the episode. Actually, I'll probably go about 10, and then I'll start considering just ending the video, and then we'll find out this General Burros guy. Speaking of General Burros, who's willing to bet that after we meet him and fight him, we'll never hear from him again? Though that's still a step up from the other bosses that we fought so far. The other bosses we didn't even know existed until we already fought them, and then we decided they didn't exist anyway. Because they were dead. They just disappeared into nothingness. Because that's how RPGs work. When you die, you don't have a dead body, you just disappear. There's only one game I recall. No, there's two games. There's two games I recall where a character dies and they don't disappear. They actually have some sort of memorial service where they're buried or dipped in water or what have you. And those two games are Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy VII. Most of you probably know who I'm talking about in Final Fantasy VII, but some of you might not have played Final Fantasy VI, so I'm not going to mention who it is in Final Fantasy VI. And if you haven't played Final Fantasy VI, you should. It's an awesome game. I recommend mainly the Super Nintendo version if you can find it, which is called Final Fantasy III because, as we all know, Squaresoft decided not to release some Final Fantasies in the US for a while, and so they reorganized their names and stuff. So it's Final Fantasy III on Super Nintendo, Final Fantasy VI on every other system. I really hope it comes to the DS, because that would be pretty awesome. Though at the same time, I think it would be not all that great if they brought it to this DS. I mean, sure, it would be really cool, but at the same time... Let's go after that guy. At the same time, Final Fantasy VI was really animated. There was a whole lot of wacky anime expressions that characters had, and I really don't think that if they brought it to the DS or to any other 3D platform that they'll be able to duplicate that. What's brought to my mind is Final Fantasy VII, the movie. I mean, how often in the movie did you see a part where... yeah, I'm heading to the end. How often did you see where a character's eyes bugged out, and or they were like flailing their arms, or they were running there really fast where their legs like a real blur, or you know, that sort of animation? I don't think you saw any of that. Meanwhile, in Final Fantasy VII, the original game, you actually had those moments where even though it was 3D, they still had the cartoony animations. What brings to my mind specifically is the encounter with Don Cornero. That was pretty silly in its animations, in a way. And I don't think the effect would be the same if he moved more realistically. Let's see. Oh, by the way, how many of you have heard about the expansion pack for RPG Maker VX? Well, I'm not really sure why does it really call it an expansion pack, although it certainly costs as much as an expansion pack. It's $20, and all you're essentially getting is a bunch of new graphic sets themed around samurai and Japan. Personally, I'm happy that Enterbrain did it. I'll probably buy the expansion set just for support. But you know, the thing about it is, there's already resource sites around the internet where you can get other graphic sets for free. So paying $20 is kind of extreme, considering all you're getting is graphics. Now, had they also included a game that uses the new graphic set, then it would definitely be worth the price, but this, not so much. But I'm still gonna buy it out of support. It's really cool to see. Why am I trying to heal? That's not gonna be any use. But it's nice to see Enterbrain doing some sort of support for RPG Maker VX anyway. It's nice to know they haven't completely forgotten about the RPG Maker games. There's a bit of thunder. It's storming outside. There's a real storm going on outside, and you know, odds are I think there's a warning actually, but here I am playing RPG Maker in the middle of the storm, regardless of how close some of the lightning may be. It's not really that close. It seems to be a dull thunder so far. Are we almost at the end of the dungeon? That would be really awesome if... Oh wow, you know, I did all this not editing out of battles, and we managed to finish this anyway. Alright, what do we want to do here? We're more or less at full HP. You know, it would be really neat if there was some sort of motivation for this battle to switch out the love staff for, like, certain other equipment. Well, actually, there might be one thing. No, maybe not. Alright, well, it's really pointless to... Does this guy have thunder? You know what, I'm probably not going to lose anyway, so let's go ahead and fight General Burros. Who... What is he? Ara? Wait, this isn't General Burros? No, this is the first boss fight in which we're dealing with more than one enemy. In which case, the first thing we're going to do is Nightmare, because hopefully we can confuse one or two of them. I don't know how you would confuse an arm, but you know, you never know. We're gonna focus on the right arm. I have a feeling that the right arm is going to be the most annoying one. Okay, Ara was confused. That's good. This shouldn't be too difficult at all. Anyway, let's see. You know what? Let's use Nightmare again. Maybe we'll confuse the other two. Double tap the right arm. You know, something I was thinking... Oh, well, that takes care of that. This won't be difficult at all. Something I was thinking, you know how I'm going to be using that other file to try to fight without Iris in my party? Maybe what Rip the Punk could do is make it so that's an actual feature where you can skip Iris on purpose, or you can go after her. And if you skip Iris on purpose, then you'd have these all these cutscenes where they're altered a bit, where Iris is not in the party. That would be pretty neat. It'd be like it'd give it a game just a tad bit of replay value, actually. Alright, I'm gonna stop with that. In fact, I'm gonna... Can't use Nightmare anymore. Let's see. Yeah, let's use Rengeki, because otherwise we won't have enough for Rengeki. And we'll go ahead and do that to the left arm, and double tap the left arm. Anyway, it'd give the game a bit of replay value. Somebody might play with Iris, and then, you know, they might think, oh, what if I didn't play with Iris? Then again, they might know they can't skip Iris. Who cares if Iris dies? You know, one thing I'm gonna miss about having showing enemy damage is I actually like being able to watch how much HP these enemies have. It's something I sometimes do when watching other LPs, especially if they die. It's like, okay, how close were they to actually winning the fight? Iris has been burned. What does burn do? Alright, you know what? Maybe I will actually use this. And I wonder if this is going to cause more damage. Probably not, because he's not causing a whole lot more damage. Oh, and Iris is dead anyway. Iris burns gets worse. She's dead. So yeah, I guess her burn would kind of get worse. Let's try to revive her. What do we have as far as reviving items go? There we go. We got only 3 of these. Well, we can buy them anyway, so let's go ahead and use this. Oh, that's actually a pretty good revival. What was that, half of? And she's still burned. We can't use that anymore. I'm not going to worry about blinding, because that thing seems to be using... Alright, let's go ahead and use this. No, it was more like a third of her HP recovered. Still, that's a lot better than what most RPGs do. Most RPGs, you recover 1 or 12 or something like that, and then they get immediately taken back down. So what does burn do? I don't know. Aura is waiting? Why is Aura waiting? I don't know. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth though. That's gonna allow me another chance to heal a bit. Oh, this guy's probably almost dead at this point. Rift's burn gets worse. Does it like decrease attack power or something? I don't know, I probably won't be able to find out during this fight. Yeah, I think that is making his attacks weaker. Alright, let's use Soothing Aura again. No, I guess it isn't doing more to attack power. What is Burn doing? Is it causing... Oh, it's draining HP. Oh, so it's like Venom from Pokemon, where you're dealing with an increasingly amount of damage being drained. That actually sucks. Let's see if we can heal that. Heal status ailments. Well, it doesn't say it poison specifically. So, let's go ahead and do that and double tap. Let's see. I'm looking at this list here. What do I record next? I talked about recording method. I talked about the expansion pack. I'll talk about Final Fantasy, I guess. I don't know if his attack returned to normal. Let's assume. Alright, Soothing Aura on you. Have you use Antidote. This battle is taking longer than the other bosses. Callus finally got burned. He's been avoiding it thus far. How long has this battle lasted so far? I guess... I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. Now I'm not going to worry about the last antidote. Let's go ahead and just do this. Maybe we'll get you confused again. Oh, he's almost out of MP. Hope you're almost dead. Yay! That's going to help a lot. Something I noticed in the first episode, but I didn't get to think to bring up until it was too late. In that first dungeon, enemy movements reminded me a lot of the event movements in RPG Maker 1, where they just take a step, pause, take a step, pause. Actually, I suppose it's like that with a lot of RPGs. Oh yeah, you're dead. 150 experience. That's... I don't know, I think it would be nice if it was double that, considering how long that particular fight took. You know, I'd expect from a boss to clear through most of a level up. Era Scales and Ember Ring. Okay guys, let's grab the talisman and head back to the cathedral. Not so fast. Crap. He just stepped out of the wall. Who are you? I am General Burros, leader of Natus' army. I'm not surprised. Get out of the way, you donkey. Watch your tongue, you cur. What do you want from us? The talismans, my good sir. If you don't comply, I will have to kill you. Just you try it. No, let's not try it. I've got like no MP left. And, you know, I've used up a bunch of healing items and... Don't. Just, no. Go away. Ha 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 ha. I think I will. Don't. Wait, this isn't a boss thing. This is a regular battle thing. Oh, we were fully healed. Yay! So maybe this won't be too difficult after all. Rangeke, use that, I expect, oh, no damage? Okay, I was gonna say, what happened just there? Is there a point where you become so weak that you don't do anything at all? Maybe he's weak against lightning. I doubt it. No, he's probably not, judging from that attack. Ouch, this guy's strong. So maybe this will be a bit more difficult than I thought. Anyway, after that first dungeon, basically all the enemies stopped with the step pause thing and just started running. So I haven't really had a chance to bring it up. I figured we're not going to see enemies like that again, so I'll just bring it up. But thinking on it, I don't know why I felt it was worth bringing up if a lot of 2D RPGs have events that do that anyway. I got the feeling that there might be a point where I want to change Iris's weapon after all, because if she can't even hit an enemy, she's not going to have a chance at actually confusing the enemy. See? Might as well put her on heal duty. Or Frost Shower. Let's use Frost Shower. Maybe we should have Talus try to confuse him, but there's no guarantee. Oh, there he is, he's dead. No problem. Less experience, but that's no surprise. A lot easier. Musha Blade and Warrior's Heart. I will be back, warriors, just you wait. Okay, so I lose. He's definitely going to be seen again. What I would have done there is, first off, have the effect be a little lower. He sort of teleported into a ball that was behind us, or over our heads, one of the two. But also, I would have had delayed Talus's text box until after the effect already ended. Come on, let's get going. Receive the Sun Talisman. Are we fully healed again? Yeah, I'd say we're fully healed again. So, you know what? Let's just remain right here in front of this person. Hey person, I'm gonna tell you about the stuff I did. Write it in the book of records or what have you. full episode, a full hour of episode, and we're gonna end it here. And I'm glad my power didn't go out. Despite the storming outside, there wasn't any real close lightning. While I'm thinking about it, though, I might as well mention, the other day, there was a lightning strike that was so close that for some reason my scanner decided to scan something, even though there was nothing in it and even though I didn't tell it to. So, I need to make sure that nothing in my computer was damaged. But I'll do that later. Yeah, that's the end of this episode. I'm surprised I actually managed to finish the dungeon in one video, considering I didn't do any editing out whatsoever. But you know what? Here we are, full hour. This episode's been long enough. I'm sorry for those of you who prefer these episodes shorter. Next time I'll do the editing out because this was just stupid. Though I will admit, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Now if you want to see a real crappy episode, just wait until the next episode, because I'm going to be playing one of the worst RPG Maker games ever made. And you know what makes it even crappier? I won't get to choose which one I play.